How tight of a shot is that, you ask? That tight.
Camera's on fire.
Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I really came close yesterday and I did not want to give up. So I came back today, I set up, I was trying to sink a 22 caliber pellet inside of a 223 brass casing at 94 yards. And I came really close multiple times. But that wasn't good enough for me. I really had to I had to get a pellet in there, and then this happened. I'm not really sure what happened there. I think I might have actually done it. I was trying to see inside of there, but it looks like there's a lead pellet in there. Oh, I don't know if I'll ever get that to focus. But I swear I see the pellet in there. The only other thing that I can do is weigh the casing. Weigh an empty one and then weigh this one and see if it weighs more. And throw a pellet in the other one and see if it's about the same. Because if most of the pellet is in there, it should be. But it looks like there's a pellet down in there. Oh, come on. I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get my hopes up. Let's go take a look. Absolutely, there is a chunk of pellet in there. I want to try and get it out so I can look at it and see how much of it's in there, but it's stuck in there pretty good and I don't want to deform it any more than I have to. That didn't help at all. Absolutely, there 100% is part of a pellet inside of this casing. And there's the fishing line I had tied to it so that I wouldn't lose it if I hit it. I've got an empty casing right here. And as you can see inside of there, there is very clearly nothing in that empty casing. Another thing, if there was some pellet in there, then it would be heavier than the empty one, correct? Empty. 6.5. Oh, 6.4. .9. They're damn right there's a chunk of pellet in there. So that's 0.5. Let's see. 1.1. So about a half a pellet is inside of that. I don't know about you, but I'm going to consider that. Oh, I'd like the whole pellet in there. I really would. But there's absolutely some part of a pellet inside of this 22 or 223 casing. I don't know if I can, there we go. Hold this so you can read it. I'm gonna consider that a win. Fuck yeah, baby. Happy Friday. Now, you can imagine my excitement. I had over a third, almost a half of a pellet inside of that casing at 94 yards, but it wasn't good enough. I really wanted to get half. Really wanted to get at least half of a pellet in there. I'd like to get the whole pellet in there, but now you're just splitting hairs. So I set up and I went back at it. And this is what happened. Alrighty, I really want to get more than half of the pellet inside of that casing, so take 2,533, attempting to shoot a 22 caliber pellet into a 223 brass casing at 94 yards. Let's do this. Well, let's go take a look. Okay, we've got our empty casing. And we've got the first one that I sunk a pellet into. And then we got the one that I just sunk another pellet into. You can absolutely see part of the pellet in there. I tried shaking it out, but it's not coming out. I really wanted half of the pellet to go inside for it to count. I mean, that would have been amazing. How about if I hold it down here, focus on my fingers. Either way, you can absolutely see it in there. Once again, empty shell, 16 grain pellet, .5. .8 for the first one. .9 for the second one. Empty shell, 6.5. So there's 0.4. There absolutely is part of a pellet in there. You know what? I really wanted to get a whole pellet in there, or even half a pellet. And I would say those are really close to half. This one, not so much. This one back here, very close. I'm gonna consider that a win. 2 brass casings with pellets in them. I may revisit this and really try to get an entire pellet in there once I've got a little bit better setup. But for now, we're gonna call this a win. You can shoot a 22 caliber pellet into a 223 brass casing at 94 yards. Hell yeah. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say that I have in fact stuck a 22 caliber pellet inside of a 223 brass casing at 94 yards. I may revisit this. I may make a stand that'll properly hold the casing at the right angle so that I don't have to fight the drop of the pellet. And I may actually make it out of metal so that if because I'm just chipping away at the cement block down there. I really want something that's going to be, it'll last a while. So I may revisit this. I may try again. But for today, I'm calling it. It has been done, and I can do it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. On to the next adventure.